Doctor Who is back. Hey everybody, Andrew here from Media World, and Doctor Who has returned to television. Yes! I've been looking forward to this season so much after a massive long wait. It is the 1st of September 2012, and I've had to wait a very long time, almost 9 months to get this season. After the very disappointing Christmas special, I wanted some Doctor Who in my life. I wanted to get back into that character, get back into that world. Doctor Who, the universe, and today was the very first episode, Asylum of the Daleks. So I'm going to review it. This is going to be a spoiler review. If you're not seeing the episode, what is wrong with you? Go and watch it right now. You should have been watching it on the very first day. It should be on BBC iPlayer the time I upload it, maybe. I don't know. But it is going to be a spoiler review. I'm going to talk about the everything about the actual episode, the characters, the storyline, the soundtrack, the ending, the next time, whatever I like to choose to talk about. This is a Doctor Who kind of discussion type video / review in a sense. So let's talk about Asylum of the Daleks.
So how much trouble are we in?
You've got me. What are you waiting for? At long last, here I am!
So the story of the Asylum of the Daleks follows the Doctor, Amy, who are once again on another fantastic adventure, and the Daleks are back once again on our screen, which is absolutely fantastic. The Daleks have laid traps for each of the companions, and the Doctor of course, and they have kidnapped them. They have brought them to this kind of council of the Daleks in a sense, and they have a mission for them. Save the Daleks, which is absolutely interesting for the Doctor because he has never heard that from the Daleks before. And basically, there is a planet, there is a cool planet left behind, and it is called, of course, the Asylum of the Daleks. Clever, right? And they have the most damaged, shell-shocked, most feared, most deadliest of the Daleks, if that makes any sense. They're basically feared, even the Daleks feared these Daleks kind of thing. They're the most damaged Daleks you could possibly get. Dumped basically on this planet, stored away, locked away, an asylum, because they are insane, they are mad, they are pure hate. And basically the Daleks are so afraid of them, they have to send the predator of the Daleks, the Doctor of course, to go in and basically switch off this force field so they can blow up the planet in a sense, because they can't have a bunch of homicidal kind of insane Daleks on the loose, because even the Daleks fear them. And that is very clever script writing, I have to admit. And that is basically what the story entails. They sent him onto this planet, and they counter a lot of things going on. They counter a lot of Daleks and down memory line, and it's very interesting. Okay, so much to talk about. Okay, this personally is my favourite Dalek story, my second favourite Dalek story of the new series and the old series. It is that good, and I am so happy this turned out to be such a success of a Dalek story. My number one favourite Dalek story will always be the Davros in season 4 Doctor Who. It's my personal favourite because it's just so well done. It has all the companions. It has a fantastic villain, Davros, of course. But this episode was so well written, I was blown away. And it had so many twists and turns and down memory lane again that I was thinking, yes, thank you. Someone is listening to the fans.
We'll get through this, I promise. Don't be scared.
Scared? Who's scared? Geronimo.
After that very awful victory of the Daleks back in season 5, which was very disappointing, and then we had kind of like a team together, like a team to go against the Doctor. I think it was the Alliance. That was okay. That was kind of a cameo for the Daleks. And then season 6 we did a brief cameo again. Why I think this Dalek story works so well is because we've had the best Dalek story in season 4 from Russell T Davies, the Davros, and all the companions. Season 5 was very let down, very weak, and of course we had the Alliance and all that stuff. We had time to build up a good Dalek story once again. The Daleks would come become of a joke again. They'd come up, It's like exterminate. We're going to have a master plan. The Doctor would always defeat him. They'll go off again, and it's the same routine back and forth. And it's nothing new. There's nothing fresh and original to tell anymore. At least that I thought anyway. And Daleks were starting to come in less and less of my favourite villains anymore. But this episode has boosted those Daleks back up into the top ranks again, and I'm just very, very, very happy. I was watching it and I was gripped. Okay, I really like the season opening for this episode. We come straight to the Dalek planet at Skaro, which is kind of a rundown planet. There's nothing left there. They got these giant Dalek statues, which I don't know if that was a smart move doing that, because in previous episodes, in the past seasons, it's been counted that Gallifrey and Skaro were both destroyed in the war. And to kind of say it's like it's still there, it's still, kind of like a rundown planet, which like, I can forgive them for that. But like, it's just a bit, you shouldn't really, contradict what other seasons have done. That's my minor fault with this episode. That is very, very little. The rest of it is absolutely fantastic. But nonetheless, I like the look of the actual planet. I like the actual statues. I like the fact you get introduced with an actual narration, and then I got to see the Doctor again. And you can send me messages. Not many people can do that, and of course it's a trap. Now, new to Doctor Who is the kind of Dalek, kind of human slaves in a sense, kind of the eye stalk poking out and got the gun poking out of the hand. Interesting idea. At first I was like, really? But like then, like, yeah, okay, I can give it that. It makes sense they would do that because the Daleks have got a little bit more intelligent over the years. They can't just go themselves and appear in the middle of the street. They have to be more smart, a bit more subtle. And I suppose stripping down a human, like they did in season 3 with the, I think it was Daleks in Manhattan, I think it was, stripping down humans, putting the kind of Dalek forts instead. In doing that, actually putting a kind of a core processor inside of them and Dalek stalk and all that, and becoming human slaves. That could be interesting because they could do it to other species and they can very infiltrate certain groups and information they want. Makes sense. I like the idea of that, and I think he was pretty smart of the writer to do that, if as a trap wise. I like how he did it to Amy and Roy also. Very well done. I like how the fast pace it was also. I think it was like 10 minutes into the actual episode. No, less, 5 minutes. 5 minutes into the episode. We got straight to the Dalek Council in a sense, and we got straight to the mission and whatnot. It didn't, drag its feet or whatnot. Okay, here's Amy and Roy. They're going to get divorced. They're kind of, not happy or whatnot. The Doctor has got kidnapped, and so have they. They got straight to the Dalek Council. They got the mission kind of thing for them, and it's straight to the point, very snappy. And I like the pacing. I like the twists. I like the memory line. We get the Asylum room in a sense. We have all the previous Daleks from the past seasons, from the new season and the old season, of course from the 60s to 70s. Nice little wall shot there I posted, and of course some of the old episodes, which is great because it's nice to see the old Daleks. One of my minor faults also is that they didn't use all of them. They mainly used the kind of the new generation Daleks, the colour ones, and they kind of used the war Daleks, which is cool. But I would like to assume maybe the Dalek cannon. I saw it in that episode, but they never used it. It's still good. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying they could have used some of the more Daleks. But still, fantastic seeing them on screen again. I like the idea they kind of dump all these Daleks onto this planet, the original Daleks and the new Daleks. Very well done, very, very clever. So we also have a very surprise addition to this episode, which is the new companion. Fucking awesome! I did not know this, and which is surprising because I usually know quite a bit about Doctor Who, so I know when things are coming, little twists and turns. But I did not expect this one, which is cool. Yes, we have the new companion in this episode, which is interesting because we get to see big character development. It's nice to have a bit of kind of pre-knowledge of this companion before we get to know her. Obviously, this new companion is going to be in the Christmas special later on this year, and judging from the episode, if you've seen it, of course, this is going to be a spoiler if you've not seen it, she turns out to be a Dalek, which is interesting. I did not expect to see that. That was a giant twist. I would have expected she was trapped in a shuttle, of course, like I said in the episode, and he would save her, she would go off and kind of meet each other later again. But I like the idea that she was a kind of a genius in a sense, kind of a brilliant human that is on a planet, got stuck on a planet, and the Daleks saw so much potential to her, they converted her into an actual Dalek, and they kind of locked her away because she was a genius. She was the most cleverest of the Daleks. Like, she could hack into everything, she could hack into the Dalek mainframe and all that stuff, and I like the idea of that. It's very, very clever, and I like the relationship between the Doctor and this new companion. I like the back and forth, and especially towards the end when he realizes that you're a Dalek, and wow, it's really emotional. I like the kind of attention, and I like how much they tap into this kind of Dalek history. You know, why do the Daleks hate you so much, and I like the back and forth. You know, it's interesting. Good to see sides of the Dalek we never saw before. You know, being a human Dalek. Let's see the side of the Doctor towards the Daleks we never saw before. It's interesting. It's just very well written. It's bringing the kind of Stork arc to another kind of conclusion in a sense. Very well done. And obviously, from judging, because being that she's a Dalek in this episode, and she does kind of just obviously blow if she's destroyed, of course, a past version of herself is going to be later on, kind of like River Song, you know, within like season 4. River Song met the Doctor, and the Doctor didn't know who she was, and you know, she died and all that stuff. Very similar kind of story arc. So I like the fact that the writers have done that kind of kind of relationship between her and the Doctor already. Very interesting. I like to see the kind of relationship later on within the series, how that turns out. Also returning, we have Amy and Roy, which of course are getting divorced in this episode, and of course they kind of make up and they realise how much they love each other. The Doctor very cleverly kind of tricked them in the sense. I kind of like the idea of that. And a bit more knowledge, you know, we find out that Amy is, I think, can't have children. She, you know, they did something to her in Demons Run that she could never have children. Very sad. I thought, wow, Jesus, that's a horrible, you know. And it adds more to their characters, more to their kind of relationship. And I like the script writing. It's so well done. The dialogue I thought was clever, especially for the Daleks. Also, it's very clever for the Doctor and Amy and Roy. You know, just a well done episode overall. Kind of wrap this up a bit now. I like the soundtrack also, very similar to season 6 soundtrack. Fantastic season opening. Second best Dalek story I've seen in a very long time. Personally, one of my top favourites. Daleks are back once again, and I like the season ending of this episode with the new companion racing the Dalek knowledge, racing their data banks, so they don't know who the Doctor is. Doctor Who, you know. I love that. That was very clever, and it's interesting, just amazing that entire night, that kind of back and forth for so many years, has been wiped away just like that. Interesting. I like to see how the Daleks kind of turn out later on, maybe within the Dalek universe, Dalek series. Maybe they'll be back later on, I don't know. Maybe the Dalek 50 special, I don't know, but that's interesting. I like the idea of that.
Who killed all the Daleks?
Who do you think?
So I'm going to give Asylum of the Daleks a stamp of approval. So that's been Doctor Who Season 7, Episode 1, Asylum of the Daleks. I hope you enjoyed watching this review. What do you think of the episode? Comment down below, let me know what you think. I'd love to have a discussion. What is your favourite Dalek story? Love to know from the old season, from the new series. Looking forward to the next episode, Dinosaurs in Space. Till next time, this is Andrew from MediaWorld Film Game TV, signing out.
This ship contains the most precious cargo.
The ship's coming through the atmosphere.
The creatures on board this ship are not objects to be sold or traded. Who sent you?
That's my dad. What's going on?
The ship's been boarded before.
You think I won't punish those who get in my way?
I'm launching the missiles.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Whatever's down there is coming this way.
Queen Nefertiti of Egypt.
What is it?
Dinosaurs on a spaceship.